Welcome to another edition of the Koffee and Kramer podcast. I am Joe E. Kramer.
And I'm Jennifer Koffee.
And we are
Koffee and Kramer.
We got a little late on this one because we had several duties to do today. And I got to upgrade my studio even more.
And I'm working.
I got brand new furniture in here, which is very nice.
It looks beautiful.
I got it delivered. I put together.
No.
And I put it in here, and it's very.
No.
I have my jukebox over here. I have
That's
my
how
Galaga.
I spent my Saturday
I have my
afternoon.
Pac-Man. I have my turntable.
That's how I spent my Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, but I had to destroy the furniture, and that was not easy.
We don't need to go into that because all the neighbors came running to me to tell me you were doing that.
They didn't come
As
running to you.
The blood was dripping down your hand.
No, I fessed up when you came
okay.
home. What did I say to you when you came home? I said,
I'm going to admit to doing this before the neighbors all come running to you.
because they heard me yell, and they were metals. And
The
when
neighbors did come running to me.
I'm not sure what cut my leg, the hammer, or because I hit my thumb with the hammer, and then when I jumped, I cut my leg on the
Power tools
thing.
are only allowed to be used in our house between 9 a.m. and 7.
And I have a
because
scab
that's
now
when
on
the
my
Ready
tools.
Center is open.
The what center?
The Ready Center.
That's called the Medi Center.
Medi Center, Ready Center, whatever.
I think I've been to the Medi Center like twice in my entire life.
Well, we don't allow you to use power tools after hours.
I've never had stitches. Well, except for my 90 surgeries, I've never had stitches.
You're jinxing yourself.
I'm just saying, I've never had my 90 plus surgeries on my jaw.
Well, how do you expect to have anything else happen
Well,
to you?
I'm just saying, whatever. I've never broke a bone except in my jaw.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, tonight was we're a little bit late because we had our first of the year basketball meeting.
Yes, we did.
As I coach a freshman team at a high school, and
I get dragged behind.
She is my well-paid assistant, who
is a volunteer.
And we had our first meeting. I'm very warm. Oh my God! I think I'm going through menopause.
And I'm cold.
Sweating, but of course we
Sweating?
I'm sweating. Why do you have to make? I've been made fun of for the last 2 hours at this meeting. All I did was get picked up. There was no reason. There was absolutely no reason for me to be at that meeting because
you are not innocent.
I was useless.
You are not innocent.
I was completely useless at the meeting.
You just threw in digs here and there to get yourself in trouble.
Because it's stupid.
Stupid.
There was no reason for me or Coach Keith to be there. So if I was going
Coach
down,
Keith was excited. He got pizza.
If I was going down, he was coming down with me. I wasn't doing it all on my own.
Well,
it's not
you
bad
seem
enough.
to do that at every meeting you go to.
Not bad enough. We have one league that we were in with the high school girls and everything. Now we're going to have another league.
Why don't we take over the youth league?
So now we have two.
Whose idea was it?
Which Miss Koffee here is the president.
No, I'm a co-president.
No, you're a president.
No,
she looked more like a secretary.
No, I'm co-president.
Then how did Mandy get secretary and president?
Because somehow I'm probably president and treasurer. So
we also got through our first week of school.
Yes, we did.
She was only called a few names.
It was a pretty good week, actually.
In the first week.
No, you're right. I was called a couple names.
Nobody said they were going to punch you in the face, though.
No. These sixth graders are a little bit nicer.
This is their 25th year teaching, and there's stages of teaching. And the first 5 years she was teaching, she was going to save the world.
I broke up fights.
The kids were going to be, I'm going to change everything. I am going to make a difference going to school every day. And then from years 6 to 10, it was, I might need a little help changing the world, but I'm still going to do it. And then years 11 to 15, it was, this is getting really difficult trying to change the world, but I ain't giving up. And then years 16 through 20 were, I don't know if I could do this, but I'm not going to give up. And then years 21 through 24 was, I don't know if this is going to happen. And then year 25 is screw it. I'm done. I'm retiring in a couple of years. I'm never going to change the world. So just.
It's the first time I looked at a parent yesterday and they had a kindergartner. And I said, yeah, I don't think I'm going to teach that child. I won't be here then. It
class-
actually was kind of refreshing to
The
say.
class of 2035 started school
Kindergarten this year, yeah.
You will be what, 65? I'll be what, 60?
Yeah.
15 years from now?
Yeah. That's
You
right.
weren't this angry when I had you in 6th grade.
You didn't have me in 6th grade.
It was my 6th grade.
I did not. Now, the class that is currently in 7th grade caused a lot of people over the years to retire as they've gone through the system. Many people have left after having them. So I guess I survived last year.
Yeah, the last 2 years. But every September
The last 3 years have
because
definitely been a blur.
When you marry a teacher, the benefits are great, money's good.
Well,
but
it depends on where you're teaching.
the husband
Our area, it is.
the husband needs to get some credit because I've now gone through 25 years. Well, I won't even count the first couple years because it was still all la-di-da. But I would say the last 23 out of 25 years, I've had to deal with the first day of school, and it's never good.
It's
and
rough. It's rough.
It starts the first month before school.
Now, you have to say, wait a minute.
Now she's also had now she was part of the Witches of Eastwick, and she's
Very
lost
sad.
a couple. She's lost all of there's northeast, southwest, all the four corners. Well, now she's just north by herself
It is. It's sad.
because they've all retired, and she has no friends because she doesn't know how to play with people.
I don't know how to play nice with others. You're right.
You've never done that.
No.
Unlike me, who people like, I could be standing by myself and they want to come over and talk to me, and I'm like, I have a shirt on that says I hate people.
I kicked a new teacher off the copier today. I kind of felt guilty afterwards.
Now she's bullying the new teachers.
I looked at her and I went, "Are you going to be long?" And she was like, "Well, I kind of have a couple things to copy." And I said, "I need 1 page. Do you think I can maybe jump ahead?" I felt bad afterwards.
That was nice, yeah.
Yeah, well, I waited. I waited patiently. I did. But yeah, I felt bad after.
And my continuing, I'm going to find out. I realized today on the internet, there's actually sites dedicated to why the McDonald's shake and frappe machine are always down.
We tried to go yesterday.
Usually, now when I was working at the school, we'd go every morning and get a coffee or a frappe or something before school. And at least once or twice a week, it would be broken.
You're right.
And apparently it's not just a local thing.
It is.
This happens all over the country of McDonald's. In fact, I'm going to look it up right here. McDonald's.
It is a problem, apparently. Apparently the machines are an issue. I truly think they're just cleaning the machines and they don't want to dirty them, is what I think the issue is.
I'm looking this up.
But I think they need to hang a sign outside before I wait in a 10-car line to get one. And then I get to the window and they tell me, "Sorry, it's broken."
Why are all McDonald's ice cream machines broken? But why can't McDonald's get it together and give its customers what they want? The main reason is that the McDonald's ice cream machines take forever to clean.
See, I told you they said that.
Taking up to 4 hours to sanitize, and it has to be done every single day. When machines are in the process of being cleaned, they can't serve ice cream.
So why don't they do it
night? Why don't they sanitize them at,
or 6 o'clock in the morning when nobody's eating ice cream?
I don't know how long after they stay, but you really have
That
your
isn't
phone.
me.
It's not me.
It is your phone. My phone is off.
Look who it is. It's Dirty Terry next door.
She probably can hear us through the window.
It says Lucy did get a puppy, Sparky. Oh, Lucy. That's neighborhood news. Lucy down the street got a puppy, Sparky. You could text her back. Tell her we're talking about it right now.
Are we
on the
taking
podcast.
bets now how long that dog is going to be alive?
I take bets on how long her children are going to be alive.
What are the odds?
Well, tell her that we're recording and we're talking about Dirty Terry.
Okay, odds of.
But anyway, McDonald's has to figure out something why they're frappe, and she just keeps talking over it because she can't text without talking.
Sorry.
Okay, now turn it off on the side there.
Okay, I turned it off.
Frappe machines, I guess, take 4 hours too. So you're going to tell me they spend 8 hours a day sanitizing machines? We both worked at Burger King. We ran a bucket of sanitizer through our shake machine every night.
You're right.
And we ran it until it was clear. We ran the sanitizer through and we were done. I don't buy it. I don't buy the 4 hour thing. I just think they don't feel like making it. So they say, it's down. That's all I'm going to say about McDonald's. because I'm sick of going there for a frappe and it not being there. Telling me it's broken. I don't buy that. Would you like something else? No. Why would I want anything else? I came here for 3 frappes or 2 frappes. Why would I? Oh, yeah. You know what? Give me a cheeseburger instead.
Well, I'll often choose to get an iced coffee, but I'm not going to wait again 10-car line for a coffee. I can make it home.
So last week we talked about, I didn't even realize these quizzes, you could pick different things and it'll tell you.
You've never seen those?
I've never seen these.
Oh my God, they're all over.
We did one last week. This one is make a sandwich and will tell you if you'd survive a zombie apocalypse.
You who is so into all that.
I never saw this.
You will not survive the zombie apocalypse. You'll walk out the steps and you'll trip down the steps and that'll be it for you.
Can I tell you, before I get into it, it's been a tough week. First on Saturday, I had to go up into the Mohegan Sun Pocono and do my show. And I would like the people that are banging on the window when I'm trying to do my show and make it, I'm going to say, come out there and I'm going to say to them, where do you work? And if they say a doctor's office, I'm going to say, what doctor? When they give it to me, I'm going to show up at the doctor's office. I'm going to bang on the window and I'm going to go in the face and then run out.
I like it. I think it's funny when people knock on the window.
Why are people so weird?
But
Why when they see you back there on the air doing your job, do you need to knock on a window?
Well, how different is it than when somebody goes live on a news report and they're behind the camera?
I don't understand why they have to do that. Why when people? I'm not on TV.
They don't understand that though. They don't get it.
I'm not on TV though.
They think they're going to hear themselves. They don't get it.
Or the guy who knocks on the door and I go over there. Usually I give a lot of directions out when I'm up there. Somebody knocks on, honey, do you know where the bathroom is? I need to have a cigarette. Or I get
I almost picked a woman up off the floor. She almost fell over.
I had one guy, this is months ago, knock on there, and I said, can I help you? Yo, dude, where are the records, man? Like, do I need this?
Well,
why I wear my I hate people shirt. That's the reason.
I understand.
All right, pick a bread.
What are my choices?
Your choices are white bread, sour bread, sourdough bread, wheat bread, and whatever a baguette is.
I actually would choose a baguette.
A baguette, okay. Pick a meat, turkey, chicken, steak, or other.
I'd say chicken.
Pick a topping, lettuce, tomato, cheese, or pickles.
All of the above.
I don't think you could do all the above, so I put lettuce.
Oh, no, that wouldn't be my first choice.
All right, which one do you want?
Cheese.
Cheese? Okay. So I put cheese. Pick a sauce, barbecue, ketchup, mustard, or mayo.
With chicken, mayonnaise.
Finally, pick a drink to wash it all down. Soda, coffee, water, or lemonade.
Lemonade.
Make a sandwich and we'll tell you if you survive a zombie apocalypse. No, unfortunately, you won't survive a zombie apocalypse. Don't feel too bad, though. You were just outnumbered. Ah!
Let's see if you would. Retake. At the bottom, say retake.
What do you mean?
It says retake.
All I do is watch zombie shows. Of course I could do this.
There's no way you're going to survive.
Pick a bread. White bread. Pick a meat. None.
You'd eat steak.
I guess steak.
Are you kidding?
Pick a topping. I don't like any of these toppings.
You put pickles on yours.
I don't like toppings.
You'd put pickles.
But I wouldn't want any. I'll say lettuce.
You don't eat
pick
lettuce.
A sauce. Pick a sauce. What did I pick? Turkey?
No, you pick steak.
Oh, yeah.
Lettuce. So you'd have ketchup.
I'd have ketchup. Finally, pick a drink and wash it down. It's a zombie apocalypse, so I guess you'd have to go with water because there wouldn't be anything else there. Yes, congratulations. You're most definitely going to survive a zombie apocalypse.
You'll fall down the steps and never survive it.
I don't think that would happen. Now, you had a list of stuff there you wanted to read.
I found, which I find amusing, a couple's bucket list, the ultimate list of things to do together. Yeah. Wait till you hear these because I can't wait to hear your response.
Whenever they say about doing things together, it's never together on the guy's terms. It's together of what they should just say. Here's a bunch of things that your wife wants you to do and you'll never do.
No, not really. This list isn't like that.
Let's go visit the falls.
But some of them, some of them are funny.
Let's go take a walk in the woods.
No, you ready? Okay, so number one.
I want to go to Gettysburg and I want to walk on a battlefield and I want to go ahead.
Visit the place you had your first kiss. Well, that was in the parking lot of the middle school.
No, it wasn't.
Where was our first kiss?
You don't remember where our first kiss was.
Where was our first kiss?
It was on the first night because you wore a sleaze bag.
Well, yeah, we were at the middle school when I came to see you after you Sent me roses,
But
and
you
I
didn't
gave
give me
you
a
a kiss
No,
there.
you gave me. No, you
I did too.
No, you did it. You kissed me in the back of Gerard's car.
That wasn't the first kiss.
No, I'm not talking about a peck on the cheek. You didn't just come up and kiss me. You might have kissed me on my cheek, but our first kiss was with my now departed best friend, and he was driving us. We were in the back seat, and you were all over me.
So we can't relive this. This is over. Okay, number 2. Stay in.
Unless you want to go to the parking lot at the middle school and you could kiss me on the cheek.
We've done that before. That's not something new.
All right, go ahead.
Okay. Stay in an overwater bungalow. Bora Bora is the place to go. I can't get you to Wilkes-Barre, let alone Bora
I don't even want to
Bora.
go across the bridge over the river and you're going to take me to Bora Bora.
Unplug for the weekend.
That I could do.
Go camping and
I
don't
would love
take
to go
phones.
camping, but your version of camping is different than mine.
I'd like to go glamping. Do you know what that is?
Glamorous camping.
Well, you just have cots instead of being on the ground, and there's like a platform rather than being on the ground.
No, I would like to go camping where you just go in the woods and camp. And
Not glamping.
if there's a shower and a restroom nearby, that's not camping. You're not camping if you could walk to a bathroom. I have no problem peeing in the weeds.
Okay, you're a guy.
I'm
It
pretty
makes it
sure I got
easier for
poison
you.
oak doing that. We used to pee in the empty field. There was the empty field there. We used to love peeing in the empty
And
field.
you all got poison ivy?
I got poison oak.
Good to know.
It's on cornstarch all over my body. Good.
Take a local staycation in a fancy hotel and get breakfast in bed.
What? What? Why? So they wanted me to go to a local hotel?
Yeah, staycation.
Well, I always say I want to go to that hotel up on Kidder Street that charges by the hour.
I don't think that's what they mean.
But
They
that would
said
be
a
cool.
fancy
And we could meet
hotel.
somewhere and I could say, yo, honey, you want to come home with me? And then we could go there for like an hour.
So, dress in flannel and go leaf peeping. Have you ever heard it called that?
I have no idea what
Leaf
leaf
peeping.
What's leaf peeping?
Like go look at the leaves changing colors in the fall.
Why do I have to wear flannel?
Yes, because that's part of the fun, dressing alike.
But I don't own flannel.
I have a flannel I can loan you.
Can we wear hoodies?
Here's one that you've been begging me for, and I keep turning you down.
Oh, really? That?
Get matching tattoos or a pair.
I thought you were
tattoos.
talking about something else.
I knew you were going somewhere else, which is why I stopped you quickly.
I've been begging for that too. Good. And what? Matching tattoos?
Matching
Yes,
tattoos.
I want to get your name and you should get my name.
No, that's and people will
you're
tell
not
you
gonna,
that's a bad thing.
Because you're not going to be with me forever? Is that the reason?
No, it's just not a good thing to do.
And even if I
it's
die,
like a jinx.
you just have to find another guy named Joe.
It's a jinx. Sit by a fire and snuggle.
That sounds boring.
We've done that.
No, we've sat in opposite chairs and
But we sit by the fire and
we'll go start a fire in the backyard and we'll snuggle.
this is your favorite.
You get mad at me when I lay and I hug you in bed.
Host a dinner party.
Oh, Jesus.
So if I host a dinner party, do I have to give people our rules of you get a half hour to talk, half hour to eat, and half hour to talk, and get out?
They
An
are
hour
the
and a half?
best rules. If you're having a party, and I've lived by these rules. We don't have parties because we don't have friends. But even when family comes over, if you plan on serving at 5 o'clock, say, you tell them to be there by 4. Mm-hmm. They get an hour to socialize. From 5 to 6, you eat. 6 to 7, wrap things up. By 7 o'clock, you're gone. Total 3 hours out the door.
That's even generous because I think you usually say like an hour and a half. Half hour, and a half hour. So that's being generous.
If you're going to cut it down, I'd say a half hour before the food starts. But you only get an hour after you're done. Once I'm done eating, the hour starts.
Gotcha. I whatever. That's why we don't host dinner parties on a regular basis.
Who would we possibly invite?
I like this one. Binge watch a TV show. Like we can incorporate all these. We can lay in bed all day, cuddle, binge watch a TV show, and eat our meal in bed too.
You don't cuddle though. I hug you, and what do you tell me? You're hurting me. That hurts. Don't lay there.
Because you don't hug me. You lay on
hurting.
top of me. There's a difference between cuddling and laying
You're
on
soft.
top of me. That's a difference.
You're soft.
Here's a good one.
You're like my pillow.
Visit London for a sunset cruise.
Oh, tomorrow.
Or make an enormous sundae and eat it together. We don't
Say
like
that
the same
again. Make a
toppings.
what?
Enormous sundae.
Can we just
eat
get
it together?
Can we just get a frappe and share a frappe?
I guess. Take a wine tour of Napa Valley. Too bad neither of us drink wine.
I'd have one wine and I wouldn't remember the day.
Take a cooking class to improve your kitchen skills. That would be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah? That didn't sound very on board.
Oh, that sounds great. As long as it's not on a Sunday during football season.
Of course, that's when they'd schedule it.
Exactly. I don't like I love this time of year, my favorite time of the year when it starts getting cold and the snow comes. But on Sundays, if the Eagles are on, or if they're on a Monday or a Thursday, do not bother me. I don't care what's going on that day.
Baseball
do not bother
season
me.
is bad because they play just about every stinking night of the week.
But
Football is worse.
Baseball, I don't sit and I'll watch a lot of the games.
Which is why football is worse, because
But
you'll watch
I'll
it
check
from start
the
to finish.
scores and I check in. Sometimes I'll sit down and watch the whole game, but usually I'm checking the scores. I'm watching a little bit. I record every game. So if they're losing, I really don't want to watch it. So if they're football, I watch the whole game. Go ahead. Is there a lot more of these?
Go skydiving.
Really? You're going to skydive?
I have no interest in skydiving.
Hey, give me two more.
Have a Halloween or a Christmas party. Dress up and do funny sweaters.
Oh, yeah. You can't even say that without laughing.
Oh, here's one. Okay, one more. Go skinny dipping.
You would never go skinny dipping.
No.
I would do that in a
The things you would
second.
do are the things I would not do.
I think we should go skinny dipping in a pool that we don't know the people. Just take it all off and jump in their pool.
Like one of the things on here says, eat dinner without your phone. People eat dinner with their phone every night. We put our phones away when we eat dinner.
Yeah, I mean, we have the TV on. It would get in the way of the TV. Of course we'd put it away.
I don't understand.
I don't know. I liked it in the beginning, but it got a little
Sappy.
putting
Here's
on
one says,
flannel.
kiss underwater.
You would never kiss me underwater. You know what? When you're taking a bath, I'll come in and we'll kiss underwater.
Share a milkshake that has 2 straws.
Oh my God.
Put 2 straws in your next frappe. Are you going to share with me?
No,
I don't think you will.
First of all, I share it with Falco,
Your dog.
my dog.
Yeah,
He gets that.
I know.
All right, we're going to
know,
come back
Jim.
and we're going to talk. I got more things here. I got some quizzes, but there was something else. 75 questions for all couples in all parts of relationships.
Uh-oh.
So we're going to talk about that next.
Okay, so Coffee and Kramer podcast is sponsored by Samantha Faith Creative. Samantha Faith is a content creator who specializes in photography, illustrations, and social media. You can check her content on Instagram, Facebook, and our website in the link in bio. You can mention Coffee and Kramer podcast for a special 10% discount. She's currently making... Oh, brother. She's currently making custom magnets, custom stickers. She'll take whatever picture you give her. She'll turn it into something custom for your needs. Instagram is at SamanthaFaith.creative. Facebook is Samantha Faith Creative. And website is SamanthaFaithPhoto.com.
Remember Me So Horny? This is one of your favorite songs you used to play for me all the time. You used to say, hey, Joe.
I don't think I used to play this song.
You know what our wedding song was?
You're not going to play the right song, I don't think you are.
This was our wedding song.
No,
just so
this was
everybody know, this
not.
was our wedding song. Yeah. Freak me, baby. Oh, yeah.
It was not.
Freak me, baby. Let me lick you up and down. Ready? Go ahead, sing it. Ready?
No way.
Let me lick you up and down till you say stop.
Stop.
That's exactly what she does all the time.
Because he sings it in inappropriate times, like now.
How is this inappropriate?
Why would you play that song now?
Because this is
It was not our
this
marriage
is my
song.
podcast, and I can do whatever I want.
No, it's ours.
You are but a guest in my studio.
I think my name comes first.
Only because it sounds better. That's the only reason.
I don't know about that.
So you were looking up that thing about the couples and hokey things you could do and all that stuff. So I was looking something up too about
I don't like the questions like this because I never know how to answer them.
long term. There's a whole bunch of things here. It says, first of all, it starts with questions for new couples. Like, do you believe in love at first sight? First time I saw you, I wanted to marry you.
I don't believe in love at first sight.
You were 14, and I looked at you and I said, I am going to spend the rest of my life with this girl.
I believe in like at first sight.
I should have told
it could
you.
Turn into
what
love,
if I told you that when we first met?
I would have run
I'm
really
going to marry
fast.
you with something you could talk about for hours. I used to call her and she used to say, it's Joe again.
Yep.
Compatibility. Say that word.
Compatibility.
Questions for couples. What are you now? Okay, now this is how much things have changed. Okay, there is no reason I would ask if you were dating and ask this person, "What are your views on therapy?"
What kind of therapy?
Well, that's the thing. I would be ready. When is it like a thing now with like the millennials and the Gen Zers that everybody has a therapist?
Apparently.
If you need a therapist already in the beginning of a relationship, you know what?
It isn't going to last.
What's something about me that turns you on? That would creep me out too if that was like in the beginning of a relationship. I don't know, that would just like sex and intimacy questions for couples. What kind of touch do you enjoy?
I hate these questions.
I'm just saying, this is they're so weird. I feel old. Like, I don't feel old normally, but when I look at some of these things, it makes me feel old.
Okay.
Like, how?
Well, nowadays you need consent for everything.
You know, actually, I would ask you, how do you actually feel whenever I hug you or kiss you?
Well, we've been through this. We have a different love language.
Mine is I love her all the time.
Now, yours is touch. Mine is action. There's a difference.
You told me that I love you too much.
Because you don't leave
How
my
hurtful.
side. It's not to be hurtful.
See, it's like
It's
when
a different love language.
When she was all of 15.
See, look at number 10 says, what would you say is your love language?
When she was all of 15 and dumped my ass for no reason, she said to me, You're like a dog.
You are.
So I'm still like a dog to you?
You were. No matter how mean I was, you still came back.
And so,
you always
and
say,
I
you can lock
always-
your dog
and
in
I-
the closet and he'll still give you kisses
And
afterwards.
I always ask you this question. We broke up for about 6 weeks.
What changed? I don't know.
What changed between you telling me that and tossing me out of my house?
No,
which is
it
now
wasn't
my
your house.
And 6 weeks later, when you had physically and sexually attacked me inside
I did
of a car.
not.
So what
Stop
possibly
it.
changed? I remember one time you told me, I grew up. In 6 weeks?
I don't know.
You say,
I don't have an answer.
Say it, you missed me.
Huh?
You missed me.
You grow on me.
I'm like a wart. I grow on you.
Yep.
Now, where was the, where was it? Now you got me all. Are there boundaries of yours I've crossed that I may not know about?
See, nowadays you have to ask permission to
Oh my God.
do everything and anything.
It's
so
like a long-term relationship questions for couples. Now, is that,
yeah, that's two girls.
dear God. Okay, whatever. Nothing could be just whatever. And what are your hopes and dreams for us as a couple, both separately and collectively?
There's nothing separately in our lives.
Well, that's the thing. And
We
I always
share
say that there's
everything.
nothing separate in us. So anybody who came to me and said, how do you attribute being together for 34 years? On October 28th, it'll be 34 years we've been together as a couple. And we just celebrated our 27th anniversary. And
we have.
my thought would be, don't wait until you're in your 30s to get married. Because if you get married when you're in your 30s, something's not going to work
You're
at
right.
that point in your life.
Well, you're so used
You're
to your
so
own
used
life.
to you.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, after being alone, although a lot of guys and girls apparently are living in their parents' basement until they're in their 30s. So,
They can't afford to live elsewhere.
you
at
know,
this point.
it's just, and don't shack up.
Well, that's your opinion.
If he doesn't love you enough to give you a ring and marry you, then he's not the guy for you, because all he's saying is, okay, come on, I'm going to try you out for a little while. Things work. Maybe we'll get married. If not,
well, maybe people
on
want
to my
that.
next.
They might want that.
What do you want to work on healing together as a couple?
We need to heal something.
It's just so annoying, all these questions. I like, who writes these?
And you laughed
Psychologists,
at my bucket list.
other than Dr. Laura, psychologists have ruined this world.
You think?
Therapy Okay, now you're talking about a long-term relationship, and you have to ask them, do you want to get married in the future? If you already, this is my advice to any woman out there, any girl out there. And I'm talking when you're out of college. If you're I'm talking if you're in a relationship,
starting your life,
if you're starting
a job,
I'm not talking about when you're 16. I'm talking about when you're, out of college, 22, 23 years old, and you might have been with this guy during college, and now you're out of college, both of you. If within a year or two, within 2 years after you get out of college and you're still together, if he does not ask you to marry him, guess what?
He's
never going to ask you to marry him. And if you move in with them, he's never going to ask you to marry him.
No.
So
we said that.
When I see these couples,
when I got out of college, and I said to you, either we get married or we break up, because it's one way or the other.
That's the thing.
You either move forward or you move back.
And I was totally against, even at 21, I was totally against moving in together.
You're right.
I wasn't going to do that stuff. Either we get married or we don't, and we move on. And that's it. But if you're with the guy for 5-6 years, even if you're if you're 27 and you've been with the guy for 6 years, if he isn't willing to marry you at that point, there is something wrong.
Correct.
Something is holding him back.
Correct.
Because apparently he doesn't want to get married. Because if you're not married, they could walk out at any time and never talk to you again. At least when you're married, you have a contract of some sort and you can get them for some cash. Or the other way, get the woman for some cash. What roles do you think we each play in our relationship?
Does that just mean in an everyday role?
Well, I mean, I don't think there's a role.
Well, the way you're laughing, I know I was just worrying where you were going with it. Well, I don't think there's a
role. I mean, we know when you're with somebody for so long, there's no roles.
Roles change. I mean, I clean all the time.
I clean the house. I clean the cars. I cut the grass. I make the food. And,
and I work all day.
And I don't.
I'm just saying. And I go out and I work.
So I think you need to contribute a bit more. But we'll talk about that later.
I need to contribute more?
Could you picture yourself waking up next to me for the rest of your life? And this is funny because we talked about this.
Which is harder.
Because we're laying in bed the other night. And as always,
it's an adventure.
As always,
as we get older, it's getting more of an adventure.
People's Court, October 10th. It came up my timeline. Judge Millian said, "We're back, October 10th," and it's a full court.
And you know what's coming on this Friday?
What?
The Great British Bake Off starts this Friday.
Cobra Kai is on too. We got to wait to watch that a little bit. But what was I talking about?
Also, A League of Their Own.
We got
lots of shows to watch.
We were laying there in bed, and of course, I get all comfortable. She looks comfortable. Then all of a sudden, she moves and rips the pillow out, and I fall flat on my face.
He always
every night
positions himself on my pillows.
Night. And I looked at her. I said, "What is harder, 27 years of marriage, or sleeping with me every night?"
Sharing a bed.
Sharing a bed.
Sharing a bed is definitely harder. You wonder why some couples end up not sharing a bed. It gets more difficult on a nightly basis. It's hard.
And here, just to wrap things up here, they have relationship, what is it called?
Check-ins.
Relationship check-in. Again, an overpaid psychologist with way too much education made these things up. What do you want me to stop doing?
Do you really want to ask that question?
God, what do you want me to stop doing?
So much all day.
What is that supposed to mean?
You do too much, and then at night you're in pain.
I have energy.
I don't care.
I have a lot of energy.
And then at night you suffer.
They always, here's the thing, is with all my surgeries, my arms, my not my shoulders, my jaw, they always complain about me doing stuff and hurting myself. I broke my jaw last year. How? Go ahead, say it.
Talking on the radio.
Yes, talking on the radio. It's going to happen. It's going to happen.
It is. You're right. But doesn't mean you should do more than you should.
What would I like you to change? Passing gas in bed. Under the covers.
That's when I'm asleep. I can't help that. That is not on me.
Even our dog moved over to the closet. Women are the worst.
You're embarrassing me.
I'm embarrassing you?
You're embarrassing me. I'm sound asleep. I can't help that.
Honey, I love you.
I can't help that.
Would you like me to cut that out?
You don't have to cut anything out you don't want to.
Are there any secrets you have hidden from me?
Any secrets?
Yes.
I don't
Like
think
you
so.
and Noah. Whatever went on with you and Noah?
Nothing. That's nothing. I don't think there's any secrets I've ever kept.
What do you consider a secret? I mean, does that include buying stuff?
You're the only one that ever keeps those secrets.
You eventually find out. What do you like most about our relationship? One time, and this triggers memories. I said to her, and this was years ago, maybe like 10 years ago, I said, what did you love? What made you fall in love with me? And she looked at me. Now we already
No, you
had.
said, "What do you love about me?" You didn't say
No,
what made you fall
I
in
said,
love with me.
what made you love me? You're a good father. Like, that's
Well, you
not an
are.
answer. But that wasn't an
But
answer.
that's romantic to a woman.
And what did I tell you? Oh,
You told me body parts.
that's true. If you could change one thing about each other, what would it be?
Your hair.
You don't like my hair?
I'm just teasing you. His hair is very long in the back and short on top. He's back to a mullet, folks.
What?
Yep, a mullet.
You always come things like that and make me feel bad.
I'm teasing you.
Yeah, well, I don't like.
Go ahead.
I love all of you.
Nice try.
And what is the last one? I won't even ask what your family friends view of me right now. Because
You don't have to.
is there any?
We've been together so long, and we know it.
Here's the big thing. Is there any resentment, big or small, that you've been holding in lately? That's something you should. These questions feel like they're just about to stir up a fight.
Oh yeah. I was just gonna say that.
I think your relationship would be perfect until you answered these questions, and then there would be a full-out, blowout, drag-down fight
Yes.
because you're going to ask them all these questions about their life, and they're going to get mad.
But could we add that Kramer has lunch plans tomorrow, which is on the other side of the river.
Yeah, that's
And
going to be a little weird.
He has, things to do that don't involve me.
I have a guy date.
You do. A
I know,
bromance.
Me and Shadow going out for some Outback tomorrow.
Yeah, you are. I'm excited for you.
I know, and then I have another one lined
Kind
up
of
after
depressed
that.
that I have to work, but lucky you.
Yeah, we'll be gone several hours. Just,
Happy for you.
yeah, I guess. You're jealous I have a bro date coming up.
I am jealous because I don't have any.
You always go for coffee and...
I do, but not lately.
All right, don't forget to listen to Decades of Joey Kramer every single Saturday night, 7 to midnight. Listen online at the Radio Bolt app. And, of course, Jennifer Koffee is in for the top 9 at 9 back in time.
Be there again.
I'm Joey Kramer.
And I'm Jennifer Coffee.
And this is
Coffee
Coffee
and
Kramer.
Kramer.